Hello, and welcome to the hidden language of cosplay. My name is bellarmycosplay, and today with us we have a very special guest.
Twerkin Gherkin.
Hi, Twerkin.
Hi.
How you going?
I'm good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're already welcome back.
Aw, thanks.
So,
I'll be back next week and the week after that, and I'm always here now.
so you just live here now?
I live here. This is actually my bed.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I woke up and I was like, what are you guys doing here? And you're like, this is the podcast.
All right. Let's get going. Okay, so for those that don't know, we go live once a week on Monday. This is currently our 4th episode, so we're very excited to bring you a 4th episode. Unfortunately, Brie K Cosplay could not be with us today. She's just a little busy. So that's why you're here.
That's okay.
Second choice, I'm sorry.
Love being fill-in.
Perfect fill-in.
Perfect.
But today we have a very special topic to go over today, which is interactions. So
Yes. On social media and at conventions. They're very different.
they are, yeah. They really are.
Yes.
You'd be like, oh, people are normal in person as they are on social media.
And then you're like, oh, no,
You
they're
would be
not.
wrong. You would be
Very
very,
wrong.
very incorrect.
After like conventions that I go to, I get like a million messages being like, "Oh, I saw you there, but I was way too scared to say hi." And I'm like, "But why?
Also,
Did I
who
have
you?
like a knife or like what? Why was I intimidating?"
And hi,
Don't
yeah,
look scared.
I'm in costume just like you.
Hey.
I'm just as tired as you. That
I
might be
too
it. Yeah,
I too am being kept alive by energy drinks and no dose.
pretty much, yeah.
There's no difference between
No.
us. No. It might be slightly more sweatier.
Well,
not a
if you're cosplaying it, like, sweat is normal.
It is, yeah.
Like, if you're not sweating, you're
It's
doing
like
it
the
wrong.
first layer, and then there's like the underwear, and like the corsets if you need it, and the padding, and then like the costume.
We just got a detailed description, a play-by-play as to
That's
cosplay with
Yeah.
Twerkin Gherkin.
That's how I get into it. I get into character by putting the character sweat on me.
Yeah, it's just like a
The
grease paint,
essentials,
right?
yeah.
Grease paint. You just,
Then maybe makeup if I'm feeling it, but always the sweat.
the sweat's always there.
Yeah,
Like, yep,
it's
it's fine.
essential. Are you a cosplayer if you don't?
You just got to move.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry, this is obviously her first time.
It is actually.
Yeah, it is.
No,
It's your
been
first podcast. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I had an interview on a podcast before, but that was like a phone thing, and then they edited it beforehand, so it's never been live.
Oh, well, you are currently live. No
Ugh.
pressure. No pressure at all.
I don't feel pressured.
No, I can tell. You just keep knocking over me.
Oh no.
Oh, she's gone. It's fine.
She can just be here.
All right, so I guess we got to like get started, I guess, on
Actually.
our actual topic
Yes.
and not just ramble. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so interactions. Obviously, we have a lot of them. You have a lot of experience. I think we should go over like your cosplay experience first.
Oh,
for the
like
people
my
that
resume?
don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Your
hi,
give
I'm
us a
Twerkin
play-by-play.
Gherkin. I'm a Cancer.
Good to know. I'm a
Thank you.
Sagittarius.
Oh, so we'd get, I don't know actually
I don't
about
know,
star
me either,
signs.
yeah.
We might get along, we might
I was
not.
pretending that we knew anything about that. Anyway, continue.
So I've been cosplaying for 9 years. Yeah, 9 years now. So started in 2010, and I got kind of known for my TARDIS costume. It was a blessing and a curse, because I've actually never seen Doctor Who.
Oh my god.
I watched maybe
You've heard it here first.
2 whole episodes, and I looked at the TARDIS. I'm like, hey, that's cool. I could do something with it. And so then those weird Doctor Who pages, then that may not be weird, but I thought they were, kept sharing my work, which was a work in progress picture. So it wasn't
Yeah.
even done. It was just pinned together.
Yeah.
And then I got a lot of weird comments on it being like, oh, is it bigger on the inside? And I was like, I'm a 16-year-old girl. Stop it. It was gross.
Interactions. On social
Interactions.
media compared to at a convention.
Yeah. I don't know. I've had some weird things.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
But so
We'll put a pin in those.
pick that for later.
Yeah.
But no, so after that I wore it to a convention and it was really big and people were like, whoa, and it was like a fame rush to the head. So I made a page. And it was that TARDIS girl at first because
Yeah.
I was really upset. I was like, that's what people know me for now. And then somewhere
Can't have
along
that. Can't have that. That's
can't
true.
have that.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Then it changed to Twerkin Gherkin because a friend of mine, I don't actually remember how it came up, but she said that. I thought it was funny, so I stole it.
You're just like, oh, she said it. Coined
that's mine now. Yeah.
Sorry about it. I licked it. You can't have it back.
I licked it. It's mine. Don't share saliva. And then from then, I've just been doing a bunch of costumes and I've been doing conventions. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to get invited So
All right, we're in the presence of greatness. I mean,
I'm famous. No. Not to brag, but Yaya Han and I did a print swap. So
that sounds like bragging to me. I don't know about
Yeah,
everyone else,
no.
but that's something to definitely
it
brag
was
about.
really sweet. She's like a huge hero of mine, and
I think she's a hero to every cosplayer
She is.
out
She
there,
is. She's
right?
like the goddess, the golden
Yeah,
god.
She's the goals of where you want to get.
Yeah, that's like where I want to be, and then that's it, or
And
even
then
just
like
near it.
make it to like close, like
Yeah, like
just
close.
like bypassing
In looking
Han.
distance?
Yeah. Like not close enough to say hi, just
No,
close
no,
enough to
no.
be like,
Yeah,
there she is. There's Yaya Han. But you've already done that, so
I have. Well, so the first time I saw her at Oz Comic Con, I was like, I love your Jessica Rabbit. Like, I've always wanted to do Jessica Rabbit. And she was like, we'll do it. Like, you could
Just
really.
do it.
Yeah, she was like, you could really pull it off. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. And then the next time she was at Oz Comic Con, I was guesting with her. And I showed her a picture of my Jessica Rabbit. And I was like, you told me to do this, hey? And then.
say, please take my print.
Please take my print. Yeah, I didn't want to just like show her on my phone and be like, hi, you did.
I did this.
Here's my print.
Love me.
No, and then like the next day I was like, I just want to buy one of your prints. And she's like, oh, well, if you don't mind, like you could sign this and I'll give you this. And I was like,
So hang on. Yaya Han
yeah,
has a photo of you
of me
dressed
signed.
in your costume.
Yeah. That she told me to do.
Whoa.
She probably like, threw it right in the trash. She's like, get rid of that. No, she's really lovely.
Surely.
She's so
It's
nice.
probably on her wall.
Yeah,
or like
she's
she
above her
probably has like a
bed.
folder or something. like
probably.
just full of people.
She's so lovely though. I love
Yeah.
her. And then she saw my table at Comic Con and I was like, it was intense.
Yeah, because I think I was there when she came over to
Yeah.
your table. Yeah, yeah.
I was freaking out. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You're like, oh my
"What's
god.
on my table?
Yeah, Han's on my
What are we
table.
doing?"
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And I was just like, God, no,
You need to chill out. She's
just
a person
chill.
too.
She's human.
Yeah.
Also,
Interactions at conventions.
She's at your table. Shut the hell
She
up.
can see you
She's
and
judging
hear
you right
you.
now. She's
no.
never gonna invite you back.
So that was last year. And I've just been doing conventions since.
That's so exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
What have you been doing with your life?
Not print swapping with Yaya Han, obviously.
Right. It's bound to come up. I talk about it all the time. It's like my crowning achievement in costuming.
Well, that's
Yaya
a
Han.
pretty big achievement, though. Yeah, like I'm sitting here and I'm like, I've guested at a few conventions, but like, yeah. No, Yaya Han
A
level.
famous person looked at me once and I was like, hey,
One of my fans has a picture of me on their wall.
maybe.
No, they do. They send me photos of it all the
That's so
time.
cute. I wish people who bought my prints did that.
It was
I
really
wanna see you
cute. I was
guys
like,
show
oh.
me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, I actually like seeing it. I always like screenshot it and save it. So I have
And you're
this
like,
weird like
I'm there too.
little
and
folder.
I'm there.
Yeah, I have this
cute.
weird little folder of like people that have like taken photos of me or like done anything that
You just like pictures of yourself.
No, I think
No,
it's,
I do too though.
I like what cosplayer doesn't? I'm sorry.
It's true.
But like no, I think it's cute. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like it's
It is really
egotistical,
sweet.
I guess.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of like, oh, like I've affected someone in a way that
Well,
like
it's nice to know that your work is actually like seen and people actually care about it.
it's really nice validation.
I see. A lot of people like the follow count doesn't matter, and that's true. It does not. But
No,
it's also really
yeah.
nice to know that I've got 11,000 people watching my work all around the world.
Okay, bitch. I mean, I'm a lovely person. I mean,
It's
like
just really nice to know that you've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
these people like following your work and like your passion.
actually like you, yeah.
It doesn't matter how many there are. I'd still be cosplaying if there was zero.
oh yeah,
And
exactly.
maybe just my
I'm
dog
always
being
just
like,
like,
what are you doing?
oh, what do you want to see? And then I'm like,
And they're like,
"Oh."
nothing. Just stop.
Yeah, they're just like, shut the hell
Can you
up.
please just stop
Can
now?
you just delete your Instagram? Like, get
Get
over
off the
it.
internet.
Yeah,
like show more titty, and you're like, gotcha, thanks guys.
Well, that's a
Fan
lot.
interactions.
Instagram's
though.
like the best place for fan interaction, though.
I get a lot of weird Facebook.
No,
ones.
yeah, same. I was kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know. Facebook's the top part for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Facebook's such a like outdated
It's
thing.
dying.
Yeah.
It is like the what's it called? The reach.
Yeah, it's
Reach
like tiny.
algorithm.
Oh, I keep
Algorithm,
doing that.
So bad.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I'll share something and then I'll see it a week later pop up and I'm like, oh, that's me.
Oh.
Because I like my own page.
Well, like, yeah, well, I get like those ones like that are like, oh, you should sponsor this to reach more people. I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
It'll
But
hit
also,
3
how
more
did I
people.
get comments on this and not get notified of this?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't notify you. Anyway,
alright.
talking about the algorithm on Facebook, but let's get back to topic.
Interactions.
Interaction with people. When the algorithm's correct, you actually get to interact with people on
And it's
social media.
nice.
It's lovely.
But when it's like this and making you pay for your posts, no one sees it and
No.
do you even exist?
Like,
No.
it's so weird because you'll post a photo of something that's actually like really decent content and it'll
God.
get like no reach anyway.
And then you post like
And
a
then-
weird selfie
Yeah.
or like of your feet and they're like, yes,
Give me more.
more of the content we want.
Like,
and you're
please.
like, I didn't work on this at all.
This is just for content that isn't content. Like, this is while we wait
This
for
is
proper
filler. This
content.
is filler.
Like,
Yeah.
literally, I'm always like, what do you guys want to see? And they're like, selfies and like make it personal. And I'm like, yeah, but,
No.
but also like, I do that already.
Yeah.
But you guys don't see it.
Do you have like
the...
a personal and a cosplay account?
No.
No. Okay. I don't.
I can't
get
be
people to-
bothered.
No. Just too much
I struggle
work.
to post on just the cosplay one.
Right. Yeah.
Let alone. And also, I don't have that much going on in my life besides
No.
the fact of cosplay. Like, I'm
Cosplay
sorry.
is my life.
It'll just be like selfie here, selfie there, selfie there. It's like, that's all it'll be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm done now.
It's a selfie
Love
account.
me now. But wouldn't it be so weird if like I started maybe
Like
I
a
should
personal
start
account?
a personal account and see
Yeah,
which
see
one
where
gets
that goes.
further.
Oh yeah.
And be like, this is a competition. Let's go.
But how can you get far on a personal account? Like, what do? You just you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I got far on my Instagram account now, let alone my like. It used to be personal all the way up to October last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Like you can scroll back through my thing, and it's
And, like,
literally
you
just
see the breaking
personal.
point.
Yeah, like you can see the bridge where it's like, here's Ben when he didn't give a shit about cosplay,
Ben.
and here's Ben now that
Bellarmy.
he does care about cosplay. It's really bad. Like you can literally see.
I have the same thing because I've got one account. I'm lazy. I tried to do an account for my dog. That phased out quick. No, but I went through my account and I went through to the start and deleted like all the weird selfies and like the weird things I posted. So it
I
looks
just leave
kind
them
of
because I'm
professional.
like, if someone goes that far back, they're dedicated. They're like my true fan.
I don't want them to see that of me. I want them to think good of me, not my weird opening phases. I need to do that on my page. I still have like weird like folders of like Lolita. I did that. It was cool for like a little bit. Love that for me. I don't do it. Like people are cute, but that's just not my thing.
All right, back to topic. On that note,
On that fun note.
yeah. So obviously, like, you've got quite a following on Instagram.
I do.
You do.
Thank
So-
you, Ben. I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So back to
well,
me.
actually, I had a question.
Oh,
But,
okay, yes.
whatever. I was leading to the question
That'll be
before you
$12.
rudely interrupted. You're coming off really bad. I'm kidding.
You're making yourself look like an ass. Can you settle down, please?
Can you just dial it back?
Turn it down. Thank you.
Obviously, you get like quite a lot of fan interaction, right?
Yeah. Like
yeah.
a decent amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to ask what's the weirdest thing you've ever
No,
had,
no.
but like I
Ask it.
want to. What's the weirdest thing you ever got sent
That
to
was
you?
that one guy. I don't feel like I can say like the weirdest, but like
Okay,
I get
yeah,
some
so the
pretty
like-
weird stuff.
The
I have people sending
PG
me weird
version
pic-
of
oh,
weird stuff. That was not going PG.
I was
there.
just gonna say people send me weird pictures of things
Okay.
and I don't like it.
Okay.
Like it's not anything fun. I think it's
that annoys me. I'm sorry. That
What?
people send you weird shit that you don't like.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know her, but Nevada Newman cosplay. She's a little kid. She's,
Yeah.
She's just turned 10.
She just did wait, Starfire was it?
She did Starfire, yeah.
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
But she's
yeah.
also a dancer. So she's a cosplayer kid, a dancer kid. Like, so she has a lot of costumes on her page. But I've become friends with her and her mom,
Yeah.
naturally, not just the
Yeah.
kid. And I see a lot of weird things posted to her on her page, and I'm used to them by now. I've been doing it for 9 years.
Yeah.
It sucks that I'm saying, I'm used
Oh,
to
I'm used to it.
people sending
Yeah.
me really gross content. But people are actually saying this to this little girl, and I've been like protecting her, being like, "What's wrong with you?" So
Yeah. People are
just-
weird.
It's disgusting to like you're putting yourself out online
Of course. Yeah.
in like costume, and you kind of putting out so people can judge you and stuff, whatever. But it's just I don't like people feel entitled to be like, well, since we're on the computer, I can say this to you because you won't punch me.
Okay. I have a
Yes.
so I don't have many followers. I have 900 and whatever.
That's still a decent amount.
That's still a decent
Yeah.
amount. I'm slowly growing it. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's not the point. The point
Followers
is
don't count.
No, they don't. I have some really great people that
Yeah.
literally will message me like tips, or they'll be like, "I really love this." Blah
Yeah.
blah. I had this one guy.
Oh no.
Not naming names. Okay, so I posted a photo. I don't even know what it was. It was some shoot that I did, and can't tell you specifics because I do.
I don't
not
know what I
remember the
did, but I did
specifics.
something.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he commented on it, and this guy.
How dare he?
No. The comment was hilarious. It was like a hashtag, and he had
yep.
done his own hashtag, and it was hashtag not a public figure, just an air stealer. And I was like,
What?
whoa.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, this is fucking hilarious.
That's
and
beautiful.
It was beautiful. I was like, this is a piece of art. Firstly, you know you've made it when you get hate like that. Like, sorry to say it, but
I don't get hate. I don't want hate. I'm actually really blessed. I have really lovely followers.
because you're not a man.
Right. That's it. I'm
You get
sorry.
the weird, creepy stuff.
I get really weird, creepy stuff, but I don't actually
I
get
get the
like people
hate.
being rude to me. And
Yeah.
it's so lovely. I'm like, you see it on other people's pages in their comments and you're like, oh, but
I
yeah,
kind of
but
want that. No,
can't relate.
can't relate. Sorry about it.
Sorry, guys. No, but like I have a few people who like you see on Instagram, they go through and they're like all of your photos and you're like, can I help you?
Oh, I have a few like that. Or ones that'll just message you about their day. And I'm like, oh, this is so lovely that you think I'm like your friend and stuff. Because, yeah, I'm a
Oh,
public
you think that I
figure.
care?
Well, not that. I just mean like,
No. No,
I
it's
sound
nicer.
like the ass.
It's nice that they feel like
yeah, like
you're so
connected
open
to
that
me.
you can connect to it.
Like,
yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
I actually really, like, a lot of people tell me, they're like, oh, Ben, you're an idiot. Like, you interact with your fans.
I was like, where are they going with that? Yeah, but what else?
I'm just an idiot. It's fine. But yeah, so like they'll tell me, and they're like, "You're an idiot for interacting with your fans." So like on
Oh.
such a personal level, I'm
That's
like, well,
weird.
no, because there's a line. Like,
Yeah.
if they cross that line, then I'll like obviously
You'll
cut
hold
the
them up,
tab.
yeah.
Like I can tell you, it's a weird voice, but. But like when I'm just interacting with people,
Yeah.
it's really lovely. Like some of my, I wouldn't say my best friends, but some of my like close online friends,
Yeah.
I've never met. But
Yeah.
I know them pretty well online because we message. Like,
I forget that I don't know them in real life. I'm like,
Yeah, me
yeah, they're my
too.
best friend. I like
Yeah.
see him every day online.
I have this friend that I've known for 3 years, and we message like
Yeah.
once a week. And like he was like, "Oh yeah, like you can come visit me in Melbourne and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, that's right.
yeah.
I've never met you,
We haven't met face to
No,
face.
I've
You
never
may
met
be a
you.
serial killer.
but I don't think so because we've known each other for 3 years. But I could
Yeah.
be wrong."
Well, like back in my day, no, but like, like when it was first like going on the internet and stuff, and your parents would be like, "Oh, don't talk to strangers online." But that's literally all it is now. It's like I don't
Hmm. Yeah,
know
that's
any of these
literally-
people,
no, me
but
either.
I trust them with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, I live on the edge, so it doesn't really matter.
Don't have much of a life to trust people with, but
No.
you can have it.
You can have my costumes.
I leave
That's
it
pretty
to you
much
and I
all
will.
it is. Yeah.
Do you have like a storage place for your costumes? You do a lot. I know you do like a lot of issues. Do you like have somewhere you store them all? Like, do you just recycle them? What do you do with your costumes?
I have a room.
Yeah.
And it's not really a room. It's kind of like I just chuck stuff in there, and then I just
Like
hope
storage
to find
room?
it in an abyss later.
Yeah.
But I'm getting like a lot better at it. So I do like 5 costumes a week,
crazy.
I guess.
You're insane.
Yeah, I am. But I don't know. It's weird. Like I do have I have big plastic containers that I store and they're all labeled. Like, do they get used in labels? No, but they're all labeled.
I'd
I
love
like
for them to
think
be
I have a
labeled
plan.
in a thing.
Yeah. So I'm like accessories,
Yeah.
wigs, everything like that. I've only
That's a
just
good
recently
idea.
started getting like proper wigs, so I keep all the boxes that the wigs come in.
Do you have like wig
and
heads?
Well, I have one,
Oh.
but that one is all I do is I pin it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like brush them and pretend I know what I'm doing.
Shake it out.
Yeah,
wear it,
yeah.
let's
Be
go.
like, let's go. I'm done.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest are all in a cupboard hanging.
Do
up.
you get like people who are like, "Oh, you should sell your costumes," and you're like, "No."
I guessed it at Bundaberg,
Yes.
and people were coming up to my table, and I think I had about 6 costumes on display that I was like, they were all in different progress stages.
Oh,
so
that's a
I
cool
was-
idea.
Yeah, I was showing them where I was like progressing
Where it goes,
with
yeah.
And so I started with I had a Spider-Man bodysuit that I was like, literally, this is just bought.
But
This is just like I had made this one.
Yeah.
But then it was slowly showing my progression from where I
like that.
started to where I
I'm gonna steal
am.
that idea.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. But what was really, really cool was I had like everything on display and people were coming up to me and they're like, how much for that? And how much for this? And I'm like, I could have made
It's
so
free.
much money. But I was like, oh, I'm not actually selling this. Like, this is just
Yeah.
like my progress. Like, I just wanted to show you guys that
Yeah.
you can start literally at a spandex bodysuit.
Yeah.
That, by the way, I will never wear. And go to wherever
Wherever you want to go.
Yeah. So that
or you
was.
can stay with spandex bodysuits.
You
There's
can.
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
No, not at all. I just don't like them. But that's just a personal
Personal
thing.
opinion. No, no, because I get that at conventions as well. Like, or like older family members or just older people in general. They're like, oh, you do this. Like, do you make money off it? Do you sell them? And I'm like, no.
No.
So I was just wondering what you do with all of yours.
I just keep them. Yeah. Like, I don't know when I'm going to use them again,
I
but
store them at my cousin's house.
that's a good way.
They have an A-frame house, and like the top floor is literally just mine for cosplay storage.
Well, I have this like thing whenever I move into a new house, it needs to have a spare room.
Yes.
Because I need to just move into that room. Like it's a spare
Convention
room for
time,
a
you're
reason.
just there.
No, like seriously though. Well, every weekend I'm there. Like
True.
because I don't do a lot of. It sounds really bad, but I don't actually do a lot of cosplay building anymore.
No?
Like I do, but I don't really like. Because I'm pumping them out so quickly, there's not enough time to really like build.
Yes.
So like when it comes to con date, I'm just like, okay, what have
I've
I
got
done in the
something.
last like 3 months? There's
See, that's
like
really
12
cool.
costumes to go through. Like yeah.
I'd rather do that than just be like, oh, I have 5 weeks to do 4 costumes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's time period that out.
Yeah, a lot of people are
not
like
good at
that.
that.
I don't know. I'm not good at building things.
I like hearing like people's way that they do.
Yeah, so
stuff.
I just plan for photo shoots, and then when it comes to con time, I'm like, what do I want to wear to a con? And I'll
love
just
that.
pick what I've already done, I guess.
Yeah.
To me, it's simpler.
Yeah.
Simpler.
Oh, it is.
It's
It
like
is so much
easier.
easier. I do like costumes specifically for conventions, and then I won't wear them ever again, even though it's spent like $1 million and 1 million hours on it. I don't even do it for
I
photo
have like
shoots.
4 or 5 costumes that I've put together that I have not shot in, have not worn anywhere. Like they're
Really?
just in my cupboard. Like they're just like, these ones are just there now. Because I like you stop liking the character or something like that. Like
I can't relate. I'll start costumes and then like I'll spend a lot of money on it and I'll like get everything for it and then I just stop making it. Like so kind of like that.
I have ones that are like that.
Yeah.
Like I was making a Dementor from Harry Potter.
Don't you just like throw sheet on you?
Yeah, but you have to make it look all like
Oh right.
bony and, like,
I remember when you were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I decided to try and make it the day before, and I was like, I can do this.
We can do it. Let's get back on topic.
Sorry. Oh, but on that topic,
yes.
this is also how I decide costumes for a con. Is I'll like do all of my shoots, and then whichever one is the most popular shoot, I'll just wear that. That
based
like
on the
whatever people
interaction.
like, I'll wear that.
That's what I've done for Supernova coming up.
Yeah.
I really got into Umbrella Academy, and as soon as I saw Grace, the mom, I was like, "That's a pin-up girl. I love her."
Done.
Done. Well, no, I originally had like plans for the weekend, like it was all laid out, and then I was like, "Oh, but this character though."
Well, see, that's me too. Like,
Yeah.
I can't decide. Like, I know that Supernova Gold Coast is what, 5 weeks away, 4 weeks away, and I'm
4
sitting
or
here.
5?
Yeah, it's something like that. And I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, wear something.
Everyone's like telling me, you got to bring this. You got to bring this. You got to bring this. I'm
How'd
like,
you get that?
yeah.
Oh, I get people being like, "Oh yeah, we're doing this. Do you want to join?" I'm like, but I don't have people being like, "Bring this costume, please."
Well, that's like the one that I did
Yeah.
for was it Supernova Brisbane?
What did
Where
you
I
do?
did the Nun, I did Sabrina,
Yes.
and I did Jughead.
Yeah,
Yeah. All of those were people suggesting that I do those.
that's cool though.
Yeah, and so I just picked what days to do it on.
Yeah.
Like what days I felt like doing it on.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, so that way my fans are interacting with me and telling me what they want to see.
Yeah. Do you like feedback on your costumes?
To a certain extent.
Yeah. Like I really, sometimes I'm like half frame of mind. I really like it because I like seeing where I can improve and stuff because I've really been getting into like making my costumes and making them look accurate.
Yeah, you are probably one of the most like intense cosplayers I have watched. Like
I've started like looking at the actual fabrics now, like not even just this
I've
fabric
noticed.
looks like it. It's like I need scuba knit for this skirt. So
yeah, which is really cool though. Like I commend you on that.
it's really annoying.
Yeah, but it's really cool at the same time.
But
like,
so I like to get feedback, but also sometimes I've got like a really fragile state of mind. I have anxiety. So I'm just like, if someone says something negative about it, I just like burst into tears. I'm like, that's fine, thank you. I'll work on it now.
I don't even
I'll get
need
better.
someone to like comment
You
on
do it
it. I'm
yourself.
literally like, this is the worst thing I've
Look
ever
at
done. Oh
you.
my God, what am I doing? And then everyone's like, I love this. And I'm like,
Can't relate.
I hate it. Like,
Thanks, I hate it.
literally, I've said that to someone once.
What?
Yeah, because they were like, oh, this is so beautiful. I'm like, I hate it. And they're like, what do
Get
you mean?
me
And I'm
out
like,
of this.
I seriously hate it. Like, I can't do this costume ever again. Like, I just can't do it. And they're like, what is going on? And I'm like, I think it could have been
okay?
so much better.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're always second guessing yourself.
I hate when you don't have time to try on a costume before a convention or before wearing it, and then you like at the convention. When I guested at Comic-Con, when I was the Comic-Con guest, I wore my Power Girl Harley costume.
Yes.
I had to take my corset off halfway through the day. I had to take the shoes off. Like, I couldn't breathe because it was that tight.
Yeah.
And then my shoes, I could not walk.
Corsets are not easy to wear.
I had a cosplayer carry me back to my desk because I was like hobbling around and she's like, do you need help? And I'm like, yes.
You're
and she
amazing
carried
person.
me. She was so
That's
lovely.
so lovely.
Yeah. So
See, fan interaction.
fan interaction. It
Well,
was
not
so
even
lovely.
fan interaction, just a lovely person
Good
interaction.
human interaction.
Yeah.
It was really cute because she was dressed as Poison Ivy. And I was
Oh,
Harley, and I was
that's
like,
kinda
save
cute.
me.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I just please wear your costumes beforehand just so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
I don't cosplay for comfort. I cosplay for looks.
Yeah. No, but same though.
Yeah,
like
same.
everyone yells at me because my nun.
Yeah.
I don't know makeup things.
Oh, I yelled at you for that.
You did, yes, you did.
You used acrylic paint on your face.
Yes.
Now, if you're going to cosplay with face paint, please use paint that is safe for your body
Hey, but
and not canvases.
quick you. Just on a side note, it was giving the effect I wanted. Like I wanted
Rashes?
it to... No, it
Drying
didn't
out your
actually do
skin?
that. I didn't care about
Did you
that.
get any negative side effects from it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I tested it on my skin beforehand. I did my research into
Alright,
using
okay,
acrylic
okay.
paint on skin. Because you're not meant to.
No.
No, I know that. But they do say that it's like non-toxic. If you have a reaction, like you need to test
Don't
it somewhere
put it on
else.
you.
Like don't put it on
Yeah.
sensitive areas straight
Like your
away.
face.
Yeah. So I put it on my it covered my hands
Yeah.
first to make sure
It
that
did
I didn't
look
have
cool,
a reaction. Well, that was the whole thing. Like I was cosplaying the nun who cracks. Like it's meant to look kind of porcelainy
Oh, true. Yeah.
and is like glossy. Face paint doesn't give you a glossy like cracked look. It just gives you like
A nice
smooth
matte
washed
look.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that. I was like, I just can't do that. So it was all for the sake of looking good in the
It was
costume.
for the accuracy.
Yeah, I wanted the like cracked look. Yeah, okay. Don't read me for that. But also, I already know it's
You
terrible.
worry me.
I know. But I learned
Oh,
from like that was my second time wearing it. So like I knew what areas to stay away from. Like I would end up just doing like around here instead of doing the entire
yeah.
eye because like I was using actual black foundation
Oh, yeah.
to do the eyes. So it was like a whole thing. It was
You're
all
learning.
Yeah.
Learning process. Can I tell you a horror story quickly
Yes.
on that subject of body paint? I did Homestuck cosplay back in the day. Not
you
me.
did what?
Homestuck. It was a weird webcomic.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a whole
Yep.
thing based off like
That.
I don't know how to describe it. It's a weird fever dream. But
Okay.
I heard of cosplayers in America. The trolls in it have like gray skin, and I heard of some cosplayers in America. They dyed their skin with like Sharpies.
And I'm the idiot. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Hang on. And like acrylic paint comes off.
It's what
You're
you-
like Sharpies.
Sharpies? So that's why I always get like really worried when I hear people use stuff on their skin that they shouldn't, because I'm like, and how did that go for you?
I remember
What
you saying that to me
Yes.
because I came up to you and I'm in this thing and you're like, well, how's your face? I'm like, yeah, really good. It's acrylic paint. And you were just like, what? And I'm like, yeah.
I turn into like
What?
cosplay mom, especially
You
at
do.
conventions, and I'm
Yeah.
like, baby, have you drank water? Do you need Panadol? Do you need Band-Aids? Why is there acrylic on your face?
So,
Is
like,
that Sharpie on the
literally-
walls? What are you doing?
No, it's Sharpie on my arms.
Don't hit your sister. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the topic.
That was on topic, I feel.
Yeah, that was.
Interactions.
Yeah, it was. Interactions with other cosplayers and what not to do and what to do.
Don't tell them how to live their lives, apparently, because they don't appreciate it, and they'll bring it up on podcasts later.
I didn't bring up that you mentioned it. You bring that up. I just was mentioning that I was an idiot.
That's okay, self-call out, hey.
Yeah, exactly. I was roasting myself.
Can't roast yourself, how can you roast anybody else?
Exactly.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Amen. So interactions.
Yes.
Have you ever had like okay? So I was at Supernova.
Yes.
And like I've guessed it at Gladstone,
Yeah.
Popcorn I think it is, and Bundaberg Popcorn as well.
Sugar City?
I didn't guess there.
All right.
I was like
You
I
ran
was-
it. Never mind.
I was the cosplay like
Yeah.
host
Ambassador?
there. I was well, I just made all the decisions as to what cosplayers were coming. That's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. Whatevs.
You did it.
Anyway, back onto topic. I was at Supernova
Yeah.
and I had like this person come up to me
Yes.
and was like, "Oh my god, it's Bellarmy Cosplay." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't know who you are."
You.
And they're like, "We've met." And I was like, "Uh-oh." I was like, "What? where did
I know
we
where you're
meet?
going with that. Yeah.
So awkward. Like, I'm like, you try and like rack your brain.
Yeah,
and it's
going
happened,
through the files.
Because like you see a lot of people in a day, especially
Yes.
when you're guesting. Like, I remember faces
Yeah.
of people that I spoke to for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Or like people that interact with me a lot on social media.
Yeah.
And like I can recognize you in
Yeah, you're
public.
like vaguely.
Yeah. Like I can connect the dots.
Yeah.
But like when I have no clue, it's so like daunting.
Yes.
And you get like such anxiety because like I was sitting there and I'm like, I am such a terrible public like figure. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I've obviously like, because she was telling me how much like she loved my work, she loved the costume I was in. She was really glad I picked it because she liked the photos on Instagram. And I was like, oh, okay, like obviously you interact with me on social media quite a lot. But I don't remember. It was so bad. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I am the worst human being in the world. Have you ever had that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's terrible, right?
Actually, I have like something like off branch from that. I went to the Captain Marvel premiere and I get that, like, you know someone and you're like, you vaguely recognize them. So you're like, I know you. I mistaked a radio host for a friend, like a cosplayer guy. And he was just a radio host. He was a radio host of the radio show I actually listen to every day. And I knew his face. I recognize his face because I see it on the billboards near my house.
Yeah.
And I was
And you're like, we're friends.
I know. I was like, yeah, you're that. You were like a cosplayer, right? It was really weird. I did not bring that up, but it like finally clicked to me before I spoke to him. I was like, oh, that's actually that.
That's
dude.
actually a guy from the radio.
So yeah, I don't I have a really bad memory.
No, yeah.
So like not even like I want to remember them. I just straight up don't remember anyone. So like. And people get really offended. I know it's like it's so rude.
Really bad.
But when you guest, you do meet a lot of people
You
in the day.
meet a
and
lot of people.
Even like I think especially when you're not guesting, you meet even more people because you're just walking through and you're like, oh, this person, and they're like, oh, I love your costume. And you're like, thank you. And they're like, I actually know you. And you're like,
do you? Like I had someone stop me at a con and they were talking to me about their costume, like my costume and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank you so much for like noticing, blah blah blah. And they're like, yeah, I'm really glad that I got to watch you like put it all together. And I was like, what?
Thank you.
And I'm like,
oh, you're the guy outside my window. Thank you.
Thank you. You take photos. No, it's like, oh, like I know that I post things on social media, but it's like such a like gobsmacking moment
It's
that people
weird.
actually remember it. I guess like, you know what I mean?
I followed your progress, and you're like, oh, I followed yours. I don't know how to reply when people give me really nice compliments. I'm like, thank you. I love you.
I always end up. I am that awkward person that's like, oh, it could be better, and then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, like
you
you're
feel like you have to
complimenting me,
shoot
like,
yourself down. I hate when
bad.
people. My biggest pet peeve when you have cosplay interactions are people like, you're the best, like so and so I've seen all day, and it's like, ooh.
I don't like that. I don't like that
it.
either. Because
bringing cosplayers up and bringing others down at the same time is not something I like.
No, it's
doing.
like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah,
though.
it is.
It's kind of like, yo, I really love yours. But
hey, you're my second favorite cosplayer I've seen of this all day. The first one's over there and they're so much better than you. But hey, you're good too.
Yeah, like
that's kind of how it feels.
It's like a slap in the face with also a compliment. I don't really like it. Nah, like I don't mind when people are like, oh, I saw this. Like I've had someone message me and they're like, oh, like this is a really good like shoot. Yeah. They'd send me photos of another cosplayer's stuff. Oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Like that's cool. And then they're like, oh, maybe you could like learn from this. And I was like, oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, but like it's kind of like a backhanded compliment.
That doesn't even sound like that just sounds like.
Well, it was kind of like.
I see where they're trying to go. Like,
yeah, like they were trying to
check
help.
out this, but it
like,
doesn't.
It wasn't like piecing together well. It was like, yo, you're really shit at this. Here's some like
learn.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, or it was like something that I was trying to put together, and I was like doing my progress stuff, and they're like, you can learn from this. Like it was nice in a way. Like I'm glad you cared about what I was doing, but at the same time, it's kind of like you kind of shit. Yeah. Well, it's just fine. Like I know I'm not great at everything.
Yeah,
I try, but you know,
give it a go.
Exactly. Like
I hate being cosplay with anxiety. Like my hobby, I have social anxiety, and my hobby literally depends on being social.
Same thing. I feel that.
I get so stressed out at conventions because I don't like being around people. And
I also really hate awkward like interactions. Like they make me even more anxious.
I only have awkward interactions. Feel like, hey, I love you, I follow you, and I'm like,
hi, thank you, bye. I'm gonna run this way, bye.
Yeah. No, but I've been like I get in really weird mental states when I'm at conventions because like it's something I love doing and I want to do it, so I have to push myself to be there. But at the same time, it just like after a convention, like the week
You're
after,
just-
I just
oh,
dead. I'm
right,
drained.
yeah.
But no, it's yeah, it's not good.
No, I feel
I like it, but so people really see me as like bubbly and happy and like crazy. That's my anxiety. That's
Yeah.
how I get. So
Yeah.
I've got like a weird persona of crazy, but that's just my brain being like. Panic,
It's like
panic.
everything like firing at once.
yeah,
It's like
that's
to like
Fired all
overstimulated.
cylinders.
Yeah.
So that's conventions are really weird. I love them, but I prefer online interactions over face-to-face ones,
Yeah.
just so I can like actually look back on it and like be in the moment and actually like take time to process what
like
they're saying,
formulate, yeah.
rather than having everything around you and being like, you're saying something really nice and important to me, but I'm going to forget it in like 2 seconds because
right.
everything's big.
yeah.
I don't. So I love meeting people. I really do, but I like picked a hobby that's not for me. It's not on.
I get that so much. Like,
Yeah.
like at cons, I'm like, like there's such a hype
Yeah.
up to the con. Like you're like, yes, I'm gonna have such a great time. I'm gonna go do this.
I'm gonna do
have
this. I'm gonna
such
be
a great
good at
time.
it.
It's gonna be really cool.
Yes.
I can't wait to show off my costumes. I can't wait. Then I guess the day is, and I'm like, I just don't want to do this.
Can't do it.
Like
yeah.
I just really can't. Like I sit there and I'm like, nah. Like there was one day, I think it was the day I dressed up as Jug on Supernova.
Yeah.
I sat there and I was like, I had my wig on, everything was looking good.
Yeah.
I went to get on the train. I was like, I just can't do it today.
Maybe we
Like,
just
I
don't have
can't
to
do
go.
it.
I don't want to go to school tomorrow day.
But no, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, I just can't bring myself to do it today.
I've like got like I found a way to kind of help, like either find a quiet place at the convention, like maybe like the first day of the concert, like Friday nights for us. Like go to the convention and find somewhere that's kind of away from everything. Because my girlfriend also
Yeah.
has really bad anxiety, but hers like way worse than mine,
Yeah.
and she's not like. She's not used to conventions yet.
Yeah.
She'll get there. No, but she
You'll make her.
she doesn't have a choice.
Yeah.
No, but she goes and she'll find a quiet spot that's mostly away from all the noise and stuff, and it gives you a break to just replenish. Or what I've learned is I get hotels now that are like
Close.
really
Yeah.
close.
I've done that
have like
before.
a nap halfway through.
Yeah. I literally
Yeah.
like will leave. Sometimes I leave, get out of my
Yeah.
costume and then just come
Just
back
to
just
breathe.
normal. Like
Yeah.
just be like, okay.
Because when
Today's
you're in
done.
costume, like it's so much more exhausting because people will come up and they'll talk to you and they'll like you'll bond over things, which
Yeah.
is nice. It's nice to
Yeah.
bond over experiences, but like sometimes it's too much for a day. So you just
Yeah.
get out, change, and then be like, normal. And people
Yeah,
don't
normal.
talk to you as
Yeah.
much unless
Yeah.
they actually know you. Then they're
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And like, hey, you're out of costume.
and
I
you're
noticed
like,
you. Yeah.
oh.
So
Can we talk about people who like
yes, we can talk about people that
follow you? Like, okay, so
wait, hang on.
I've
Oh,
got-
follow you at conventions.
So like I have a handful of followers who follow me online and they have for a while and I appreciate them.
Uh-huh.
But they kind of don't know where a line is at.
Oh, like awkward. Yeah.
like-
no, I have a few of those ones. Like they don't know when to. It sounds so bad.
It
Like,
sounds horrible, but
terrible,
it's also an
but
issue. It is.
It is.
And you
Like,
don't want to
yeah.
skirt around it, but like there's no
It's one of those
polite way
tough
of
things.
sounding it, being like,
No.
I really appreciate these people appreciating my work and appreciating me, but also
like
there comes to a point where I don't want you
like
following me around.
there's being a fan and then there's being like a
Stan?
friend and then there's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like being
Them.
weird about it. Like I don't know. It's the same when guesting.
Yeah.
Like when you've got I don't know from your experience, you've guested on a big convention.
okay.
But when you've got a line of people that are like wanting to look at your stuff and
Yeah.
they want to talk to you, like everyone wants their moment, right?
And you want to
and
give
you want to
them that
supply
moment.
those moments.
Yeah.
But when there is someone that is standing in that line, and yeah, you'll give them their moment, and they'll have that conversation, and they'll do all of that, and then they
Yes.
just keep going. Like it's bad. It's not bad.
you
Like
can't be
I'm
like,
really glad that
go
they're
away.
passionate about it.
Yeah.
But like it's like, come on, dude. Like
Wrap
you
it
just
up. Use
take
other
a
people.
take
yeah.
a, like you're taking other people's moments now.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I've never really gotten like a line at my table. I'm not that cool. Sorry.
like I say,
Okay. Can't
better
relate
than-
to that. No. But, like you can see that there are people who like they're kind of there. It's not a line.
Yeah.
But they're wanting to talk to you, and you want to talk to them as well. But then there's the one person who just keeps on going, and like you're really happy that they're passionate and they're there and they're meeting you and stuff. But you also know that you've met them a million
Yeah.
other times, and you don't owe them anything because you're a person
yeah,
as well.
it's like they got to remember that you're human as well, no matter what costume you're in. Like
Well, not even just like cosplayers, like celebrities
just
at conventions
anyone,
as well.
really. Yeah. It's just like
nice moments, but there's got to
Yeah.
be more. And it's not like like especially with cosplayers, that they know you go to every single convention,
Right.
and you see them
Yeah.
every single convention.
And if anything, if you've got more questions after like the brief interaction, just message
send
them.
them.
Like,
Especially if you follow.
I may
them
not
online.
respond straight away, but like
I do.
I'll definitely respond.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I might be busy or at work or something, but I'll
I
respond.
might have a life, but I'll get time for you. No.
But I make time. Like,
seriously.
it might be 1 o'clock in the morning, it might be 2 o'clock in the
And
morning.
you have a
It doesn't
second, so
matter.
you
I
answer
will-
your
I
replies.
will
Yeah.
respond, yeah.
But I think as I said, it's lovely that people
Yeah.
feel that passionate, but sometimes it's just gets really exhausting, and you don't know how to be like, stop.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
want to, and you can't say it politely, and like
Yeah.
so, even if
But
they're
yeah,
positive
yeah.
rate, like positive interactions, it can get too much, and you're
It
like,
can, yeah, definitely.
need
And then it
to
kind of drains
chill.
you for the rest of the day as well. Like, you're like, oh,
if you spend all
like
my
I'm kinda
energy,
just-
hey, what's
like
up?
I'm spent now. Like,
Yeah. I had one guy who I wasn't a guest. It was I don't remember what
Whoa,
convention
you
it
were
was.
guesting at something?
No.
Oh my god, they
I'm a
need to
normal
get you.
cosplay too. Get onto it.
Come
He
on,
was like a
hit
supernova
her
or
up.
something, guys.
Cosplay ambassador here right now.
No, my friend TJ is the ambassador.
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
I love her. She's so good. Go TJ. Okay, so no, but I was just regular Joe at the convention, and a guy who's been following me for a while, and I see every convention. He was there too, and he was talking to me. We were talking for a while. I think it got to half an hour, and I always go with my cousin, my girlfriend, and my best friend. So those are the people I always have with me.
Yeah, yeah,
and they
of
wanted
course.
to look around the artist alley because I think it was the last day, and this guy kept talking to me, and then he started walking around with us, which.
It's fine, but you just.
I don't want to sound rude about it.
Yeah, I know.
I just
but I
wanted
get
to
what you're
spend
saying,
the time with
though.
my
Yeah.
friends and stuff.
Like there's that time when you're interacting with people that
Yeah.
you don't know 100% well, and you like you're friends with and friendly with. Yeah, sure. But then there's
well, you're
those
friendly
moments
with,
that
but you're not like best.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And like my
yeah.
fiance, she was uncomfortable because she doesn't really know people. Like
Yeah.
it's a public place, so it's not like you can be like, okay, go away. This is my area now. It's like she just wanted to take time and look, but the guy was just there talking my ear off, so you couldn't actually look at the stalls and stuff because you were talking to someone
Yeah.
else.
There's just a line.
It got to the
There's
point
a
where
line.
I went to the bathroom and then I stayed in the bathroom for a while. And then I got out like 20 minutes later and he wasn't there anymore. And I just went back to the artist alley because I'm
But that's-
horrible.
No, that's not
I'm
horrible.
a horrible person who doesn't know how to say what I want.
Yeah, but it's also a line of
But you
like.
feel that,
that's
right?
yeah, no, 100%.
Okay, I feel like people can kind of relate.
100%. No, there's always those people.
Yes.
And it like it's lovely that you care so much and you want to be like involved, and I love that. Yes, 100%. But it just gets a little too much.
Cosplaying
sometimes.
with anxiety is whack.
Right.
Have you
It's
seen
messed up.
Have you seen the picture going around like Twitter and Instagram and stuff where it's like, yeah, I saw you at that party, and it's like what I saw, and it's just a bunch of blurred lights.
Yeah.
That's a really accurate representation of it because you're just it's all goes by very fast.
Yeah, like people message me and they're like, "That's so lovely to meet you at the con." I'm like,
And you're like,
oh.
yeah, I loved you. You were and then you like look at their page, you're like,
sounds
you were that
so
person.
terrible. Like
Yeah.
I've done that a few times. I'm like,
And you
I
don't want to
have
be rude about it, being
No.
like, yeah, I don't remember you, sorry. So you just like look
yeah,
them
you
up.
just it's.
But it's nice having a
terrible.
little refresher.
Yeah, I like it, and most of the time, most of the people that you talk to, like, you're similar interests. Like,
Yeah.
we're all cosplayers. We're all
nerds.
weirdos. Yeah, we're just nerds. But like, I don't know. There's a line. And it's just not okay to cross that line every once in a while.
It gets
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I feel like people are way more bold online
Yeah.
than they are at your face. And I don't like that.
No.
They'll be like, I was cosplaying Max from Two Broke Girls once. And I
Yes.
was like 16 at the time. So like she's very endowed. Is that the word? She's
Busty.
busty, yeah. And I had the zipper like up to here because I didn't want to show off my whole chest. And someone was like, you need to bring the zipper down to be accurate. I'm like, I'm 16 and I don't want to. So no.
So leave me alone.
So leave me alone, girl.
I cosplayed at my comfortability.
Yeah, well,
Screw
like
you.
I made it known at the time when I was underage that I was underage, and like even though I was doing these characters, I probably shouldn't have been like
Yeah.
breasty chick. Oh, I really liked the character, so I don't think that should have stopped me. And I made it to how I was comfortable with it. 'Cause
Exactly.
you don't have to cosplay as like because you're doing it accurately. You
Yeah.
can cosplay because you love the characters. And I was
Exactly.
doing that, and I made it very well known how old I was, but people would still be gross about it.
I just hate people.
I think I had it worse when I was younger. Like it felt like it was worse because I didn't know how to deal with them.
Yeah, true.
And you just have the assumption of, well, people know I'm this old. I don't like I make sure it's known,
Yeah.
and yet they still have the audacity to say this. Especially like when I was talking about with Nirvana, they were Nirvana, the band. No, but like especially with this 10-year-old girl, they know how. Like you can
Yeah.
obviously see she's young. It's not like
It's not like she's an adult.
No, she doesn't look like an adult. She looks like an actual child, and people will say the grossest things, and you're like, you should know that's not okay to say. You have to like build up a wall, thick skin, but you shouldn't have to.
No,
you shouldn't have to.
You should not be. Also, you should not be used to that. You know what I mean?
It's
like
horrible.
it's so bad.
Yeah. So like when I was younger, I was not used to it, and you don't think you have to. You don't think people are like, especially when you get into cosplaying, you're like, yeah, everyone's great, everyone's lovely, and then you actually see people who have the audacity to say this kind of shit, and you're like, oh.
Okay. Like I get some weird.
And then you get used to it, and it's like, oh, it's just another.
This is another
willy
Tuesday.
Pick. Yeah.
Like
it's just another random pick
Tuesday.
in my inbox, and I didn't want to see it.
This is another person to block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really like blocking people. I don't like blocking people.
Oh, I block people if they get weird. Yeah. Like, this is not a PG story, so
no, it's
everyone.
not.
But I literally had someone message me whether I wanted to come around and do the deed with them, and like I'm like, first off. You know me by Bellarmycosplay. That ain't my real name.
Were they even close to you? Like
I have no idea.
okay.
I didn't ask.
No.
I was like, how far away do you live from me?
Yeah. Well, it's not like a dating service.
No.
You're not like, hey, I'm Bellarmy. I'm like,
you follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, that's great.
You message me weird shit.
Oh, so it wasn't like the first time.
No, like it just like slowly, like it started out like, hey,
Norm.
How are you? I'm like, hey, I'm good.
I'm cool.
Hi.
How you doing?
I like cosplay. And then just escalates to like weird.
I like when they're upfront about what they want. They're like, hey, titty pic. And you're like,
no.
Oh, okay, no.
$3,582.
$50.
25 if I'm drunk.
Depends on how I am at the moment. Do I want the attention of satisfaction knowing? No. It's bad.
It's terrible.
It's hard.
Unfortunately, we have been rambling quite a long time. So it is currently 50 minutes into our episode.
Whoa.
And we only go for an hour. So
Bam.
wow. We did have some questions back on topic. So I'm just going to pull those up just
Did we even like talk about the interactions, or was it just us?
We kind of did, but like weird interactions most of the time.
Yeah,
we're good.
we get the thumbs up.
We're getting it all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did screenshot them. Where are they? Okay, we have 2 questions. So the first question is from Rebecca Lee _cosplay. Ways to handle unsavory people that make you uncomfortable. I think we covered that.
Actually, can I like talk
what's
about?
a way?
So
of course, talk as much as you want.
As a previous guest of Comic-Con, I feel like I can speak on their behalf. No, I cannot.
She's kidding. Take that back. Do not sue us.
Please don't. Just invite me back again, please. I love you guys. No, so I was talking to them about this because at the very start, I have a few people who do make me uncomfortable, and I really don't appreciate them. They've given me reason to not want to see them in public, which sounds horrible, but
it's true though.
Yeah, I don't want to be uncomfortable and just putting myself out and still just putting up with it. It's not okay.
100%.
So I told my volunteers at the time about them, and they said, and I told them how it's hard to avoid them at conventions because another public place. But they said, if someone is making you feel uncomfortable at a convention, even if you're not a guest, you're just there. They want to make everyone feel welcome and comfortable. Yeah. They want their convention to feel like a safe space.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to a volunteer member or a guard or whatever, and you say, "Hey, so and so is like either following me around, harassing me, or anything," and they will help you. They're nice people.
That's what they're there for.
That's what they're there for. So they handled it really well, and I really like that. And it goes for any other convention. They want all of their people to feel good and safe and comfortable at their safe environment. So I reckon if it's in public, like at a convention, because that's where I feel like the worst of it is. Yeah, then you can just go, if you're comfortable enough, go to someone. If not, go to a friend and have your friend tell them, because it's not on.
Yeah.
Like, harassment is not okay, and especially if it's online, block. Don't give them your time of day, just block. But no, if you're at a convention, go to someone, talk to them. I had a guy kicked out because okay, it was a vendor, and he was for a paintball company. I don't know who it was. Anyway, I don't know who the guy was. I was younger. I was dressed as Black Widow. Not Black Widow, Black Canary.
Right.
Yes. And he kept insisting we go out and get drinks afterwards. He kept trying to give me his phone number. That's not okay. But he had an erection, and he was table level, and like that. I get you can't control those things. But the fact that I'm not a man. I don't have that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm shook.
I like anatomically speaking, you can't really control that stuff. That's fine.
You can
but
control
the fact
the way that you go about it, though.
Yeah, you can control how you go about it. And because he kept being persistent with trying to give me his number and trying to hit on me and all that stuff, it all kind of clumped together. And I went to security. They got kicked out of the convention. So even if they're
just
part of the
gives me the
convention, they will do something
Yeah,
about it.
they
Don't
will.
feel bad about it. It's not cool. It's not on. You're people.
No. Exactly. Yeah.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Okay, moving on.
I'll tell you more about that after this.
Yeah, we'll be tuning in later.
Tune in.
All right. So the second question, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Cosplay. The second question is from Vitani.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with the creepy social media messages? Block.
No, actually, I read through them. I'm like,
I read them too,
I
just-
make sure that I'm not like misinterpreting anything because you can kind of get in your head.
I
Be
also,
like,
this is
"Ooh."
going to sound really bad, but I run it past someone else.
Yes, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
yeah.
am I being weird if
Because
I...
you can misinterpret
like, yeah.
things, and it can come like you can have like a completely innocent message being like, oh, and then you can read it like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually done that with a company once.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the company responded to, like, you know, you tag them in your photo or whatever, and they responded, and it sounded like I read it as
Yeah.
if it was like a narcissistic comment, and then I kind of like posted it everywhere and was like, fuck these guys. And then one of my friends messaged me.
You
like,
actually read it back and you're like,
you misinterpreted that, and I was like,
yeah. And
so I
that's,
was like, delete.
and that's the bad thing about online is they
Yeah,
can say
it can be read very wrong.
you can read anything because you've not got the emotion. You don't understand
Yeah.
how their thought process behind it is. But if it was genuinely like meant as
You
to be
you can
gross,
really read that
you
it's
can really
gross,
tell,
like, really
and-
tell. Like if it's a picture of a certain anatomy, like
send to their family members.
yeah, like
I've done that
Oh,
before.
as in,
It's not
Get
okay.
it.
I won't deal with harassment. And then if you're gonna do that to people on the internet,
be prepared for. Also,
be prepared for your backlash because it's not cool. Don't
no,
send
it's not.
pictures of your jump.
And also, it's not like it's like you know them. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, it's not like
it's
you're
like,
asking
this is a random
for
stranger.
it. Yeah,
that
you
you
just go
don't
into your
know.
inbox and you're like, oh, there it is.
Oh,
So
here we
I go and I see if they've got like relatives, and I'm like, hi, mom, do you know this?
or like
it's your little
I
boy.
just like my story. So the entire world can see it.
I have
Because
done
if-
that too
Obviously,
recently.
you like showing it off, so it's fine. Let's put it on the like.
But most simple terms, just block them.
Yeah.
Or you could be like us, horrible creatures, and spread their nudes.
I'm sorry, but you send them in the first place.
Yeah, you
You're
give
the horrible
unsolicited
person to
pictures.
start.
So we're just gonna get on your level.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm all about revenge.
Or Jessica Negri was talking about like when people ask her to send nudes and then she gets dick pics, she just sends them to each other. That's what they want. Like, she sends nudes. They didn't say which ones. Go Jessica Negri.
Get it, girl.
Get it.
Get it.
I love her Twitter right now. She's really into that stuff.
Mm.
Well, she's really into dick pics. No, she talks about
Whoa.
it a lot. She does. She's
Yeah.
been talking about how she deals with a lot of things lately on Twitter. So go check that out if you want a little help.
Yeah. And there are our 2 questions. I hope we answered them correctly, and I hope you enjoyed our TED Talk.
Block people and ask for help
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's not cool.
And also, if they continue, like, I've had someone, there's too much information, but whatever. Like, they send you, like, messages on one account, and then
Oh,
you
and they
block
make
the
new
account,
accounts.
and then they'll make a new account, and they'll just start messaging you
Yeah.
again. If this happens, go to Instagram or go to, like,
Yeah, you can
the
report them.
police.
Yeah.
You can actually report them, and they can actually get tracked, like,
Yeah.
100%. Because
I
that
have-
is harassment.
I have one guy, and he's, because I also do princess parties.
Yeah.
He's actually notoriously known throughout the princess party community for like ripping on people who wear wigs. And he like attacked me with my Glinda costume with the wig and stuff. He's got like 4 accounts, and they're all like acting as like child people, like little girls.
Yeah, there was this case up
It's
in...
weird, and you can't always tell that it's the same person. And then it clicks, and you're like, oh.
Okay, so I have a story. We're going
Buckling,
way over
please. You
time,
have
but
time?
it's fine. It's fine.
That's fine.
I'll be real quick.
No.
So there was this guy
Yes.
up in North Queensland that was trying to get people to go to a convention
Yeah.
and would create hot-looking female profiles and add the entire cosplay community, like 7 different profiles, and then just spam it all with the con stuff. And everyone was obviously an idiot and just like accept
Yeah.
until they started catching on.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this is ridiculous. So he actually got like reported to the police and everything.
Oh my
'Cause it
God.
was like stealing people's identities.
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
pretty much. Like
Yeah.
he's stealing people's photos, stealing their information, and just creating a profile
Yeah.
for them. And then
That happens a
spamming.
lot in the cosplay
It
community
happens
too.
a lot.
I know I've had multiple, especially female friends, being like, so these people are using
Using my
pictures.
photos, yeah.
Don't use me as a catfish. Don't.
No,
Not
no.
good.
But also block them too.
Block them too.
Yeah.
Also,
That's
one
fine.
very
Yes.
quick last thing. Because I've been a guest at things, guesting at things. I've had
Really smooth at this. Like, hello,
By the way,
I guessed. You know,
segue.
I guessed too, but you know whatever.
actually, it was at a North Queensland convention. One of the other guests, he was like B-list celebrity now. He was like in one of the Mad Max movies, like from the old days.
Yeah.
I was dressed as Marilyn Monroe, and I think I was 17 at the time. And
These stories all start with, I think I was 16 or 17.
I know a lot of the harassment
That's so
I got
bad.
that really stuck with me was
Yeah,
when I
it
was
was when
younger,
you were
and
younger.
it made it worse because I was dressed as Marilyn Monroe in a 7-year itch outfit, and his desk was like beside mine, like across a hallway, and he kept like doing really inappropriate gestures at me and being like, "Did you know Marilyn Monroe is my fantasy?" And I was like, "Did you know I'm not Marilyn Monroe?"
Did you also know that I'm 17?
Did you also know I'm 17 and you're a very old man?
Yeah.
So
Also,
like
I'm still a human being as well.
there's like a lot of things going around right now with celebrities harassing their fans at conventions.
Yeah.
And that's not good. Like, people really need to remember that no matter what you are, no matter who you are, you're a person.
Yeah, literally.
You're all people.
Yeah.
You
You all have worth.
Yeah, it's gross. It's weird. And
it's terrible.
especially if they use their status to...
Yep. Anyway, Me Too movement.
harassment.
Like, yeah.
No, not even that. It's just like
Oh,
harassing people. Don't do it.
No,
Don't
it's
harass
terrible.
people. People are people. Don't like it.
on that note, we're at the end of another
Heavy note.
episode. Just before we go, we do have our shout out of the week, which I left up to you
Yes.
today.
Thank you.
As our very special guest on the show.
Yes.
Thanks for coming, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You won't be back. No, I'm kidding.
You're never coming back here.
Maybe.
We're actually calling
Yeah,
security
sorry.
right now.
Sorry, you've been escorted.
Thanks, get out. No, so it's my dear friend. I call her my cosplay daughter, Bombshell Barbie. She's only started a few years ago, but she's
She's also a loveliest human being. Emma.
she's so lovely, and like she didn't really have a choice getting into cosplay. I kind of threw her in an outfit,
You're like,
and I was
"Here,
like,
go."
yeah, our first like cosplay interaction together was I made her do a photo shoot with me as Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn.
That is an amazing photo shoot.
That was
by
our
the
first
way.
interaction, and we had so much chemistry. So like, she's like my cosplay daughter, and I love her, and she's just growing so much, and she's also like dealing with a lot of endometriosis and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, she's such a strong human being, and then to see how much passion she has with her cosplay and stuff,
Yeah.
I just appreciate it and admire her. So, Bombshell Barbie.
Bombshell Barbie is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
love her.
lovely. I
Yeah.
would have gone and hung out with her while I was in Sydney, but she was in hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
She's
is
back
sad.
now.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear she's
Oh, she's
better.
back in Brisbane.
Oh, she's back in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So she's back.
Well, that's exciting. Bombshell Barbie, everyone, check her out. Absolutely amazing
Yeah.
cosplayer.
So it's like Bombshell X Barbie
Yes,
on
yes.
Instagram.
Yeah, and if you don't know where to find her, just jump on Twerkin Gherkin's Instagram
Yeah.
and
If you
scroll
need
through
some
the photos.
cosplay inspirations, just message me and I'll
Don't
give
go
you
to
a whole
me,
list.
go to her.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you'll give them a list too when you
Yeah,
have time.
true. When I have Wow.
I don't have a
Wow.
life, so I'm just always on my
Neither
phone
do
being
I.
like,
Yeah, okay, same.
yeah.
But on that note, that is the end of episode 4. Again, episode 4. We've been
That's
going for a
crazy.
whole month now. Which
Whole
is
month,
super
yeah.
exciting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I love it. We haven't decided on a topic for next week yet. I have to talk to Brie Kay about that.
Send in your suggestions.
Yeah, send in your suggestions, any questions you have about any of the topics we've discovered. Make sure to check this out on Twitch after this. Hope you've enjoyed the live, obviously. And yeah, let us know. Check out on YouTube as well. And a very, very special thanks to Twerkin Gherkin for coming
Thank
in
you.
and being our very first, like you're our first cosplay
Aw.
guest on this show. How does
Cosplay
it
gets
feel?
virginity.
Yeah, it's popped.
It feels good. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah,
I
this
like
is also
being
your
here.
first podcast as well.
It's my first podcast, my first guesting on podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
This can be added to your cosplay like resume.
I'm gonna add it to my resume. Be like,
Yeah, yeah.
Comic-Con podcast. Yeah.
I think the podcast comes over the
Right,
Comic-Con, let's be
sorry.
real.
Hidden cosplay.
Yeah, hidden language of cosplay.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you got to come and talk about a
Maybe
really
I'll be
important
back.
topic.
If you want me back, guys, just like comment
Yeah.
below. Is that
And
what
also, if
they do?
the
Comment, subscribe.
comment below. If there's-
Description in the channel box.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. I watch YouTube videos. Is that it? No.
On that note, if there's anyone else that you'd like to see on the show, let us know. I've got a few suggestions, and yeah, we'll see you next week for episode 5.
5. That's crazy.
Episode 5.
Halfway to
How intense.
10.
And on that note, this is Bellamy Cosplay signing off, and this is
Twerkin Gherkin signing off.